Okay, today we'll see. I'll refresh the control statement what we have seen if statement, and we'll go for for and while. Today we'll complete for and while. Okay, so those who haven't learned this, you can learn it from today's class, right? Now, while we are going for a control statement, you know that while going with control statement you have to use this logical while using the control statement we will be using these logical conditions, right? You know that what are all this will be called as logical operator. Logical operator, okay, we will be using when we are when we want to check the condition whether this is this or that. So in that case we will be using this logical operator. Logically, what will be the output of logical operator? It will be either true or it may be false, right? True or false. Okay, so double equal to, as I have told you in the last class, when we are using a is equal to 5, it means that, or a is equal to b, it means that the single equality will be called as assignment operator. It means that the value of b will be stored in a. Okay, that is screen is visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, a is equal to b, it means that the value of b will be stored in a.
Sir.
Yes. Okay, this assignment operator, this will be called as an assignment operator. Whereas in case of your logical operator, the same, when I use double equal to, this will be called as logical operator. Okay, this will be a logical operator. What does it means? That it will check the condition whether a is equal to b. What will be the result, which is return value, will be either it will be true or it will be false. Okay, either true or false. For all the logical operator, your output will be either true or it will be false, right? Okay, when you want to check the condition as equals, a is the double equal to b. When it is not equal to, you know that the same as you have in your C program, it is not equal to, less than equal to, greater than equal. Okay, so those are all the normal logical condition you'll be using it. First control statement is your if statement. Okay, so if statement will be used for checking the condition whether, if suppose a condition is satisfied, you will be doing some process, or else you will be going for some other process. Okay, there you will be using this if statement. Okay, this is your simple if. This will be called as a simple if statement. Okay, so I have two values, that is a is equal to 33 and b is equal to 200. Okay, so I am checking whether b is greater than a. So you know that the syntax of if is, if condition what you want to check it, don't forget to have colon. So you should have colon symbol after end of this. End of the control statement will be referred with colon. Okay, if you miss this colon, you'll have error. Okay, so if b is greater than a, so what happens? It will check now it will print it as b is greater than a. It will print this, right? This I am having only one condition. So if suppose else part is there, I haven't done that. That's why it is called as a simple if. If you want else part, you can go with else. Okay, here itself we can have else colon. Okay, printf a is greater than b. You can have this else part, else colon. For else you have to put the colon. Okay, so that is your else, if else. So as I've told you, indentation, you will be call it as an indentation. What does it mean? Here you can see that if there is a space for if and printf, right? So it means that this printf comes inside if. You should have a space, that is called as an indentation. Okay, so here this is wrong, since if and printf is in the same line. Okay, so this is wrong, you should not have this. So when you do this, what happen is that this printf will be taken outside, so you will get an error. Okay, you should not have it. So you can have here, you can have printf b is greater, so that no problem. Okay, you can have continuous thing, but when you are going for a next line, what you have to do is that you should have a space. Okay, then if you are going for an else, if and else should be in the same line, and the printf should be in the same line, the next line. Okay, you should have a space. So that is called as an indentation. Don't forget to have this indentation, that is must in your Python programming. This indentation should be followed in every programming language, but it is not compulsory in C++ and Java. But whereas in case of your Python, it is must. You have to follow this indentation, right? Okay. So, okay. Next, we'll go with else if. Else if this will be called as else if. Okay. If suppose this condition is not satisfied, I will be going with some other condition, right? So if suppose that condition satisfies, I will be printing, I will be doing some other process. One more statement thing is there. We'll go with the next level. Okay, first we'll go with else if. Okay, same program. What I am doing is that if I am checking if b is greater than a, okay, check here. I have modified the value. I have changed the value as 3333. So here it is equal to, right? A is equal to B. When you go with this condition is not satisfied. It is not greater than B is not greater than equal to A. It is equal to. So again, I want to go for a condition. So else if A is equal to B, the colon is must. Don't forget to give colon. So if else if A is equal to B, then this will be calculated, right? Okay. So now it will print A and B are equal. Okay, this else if, the ELIF, that will be called as an else if, right? So next we will be going with an ladder if. What is ladder if? So I will be keep on going, right? So I am checking if B is greater than A, print of B is greater than A. Else if I am checking A is equal to B, okay, print A and B are equal. Else print A is greater than B. Again I can continue this else if. So elif A is not equal to B, like this we can have it, right? Like this we can, as you are doing in C programming, you can continue this, you can stop wherever you want it. So that is called as a ladder if. This will be called as a ladder if. Since we are continuing it, it will be called as a ladder if, right? Okay, so this you can have, as I told you here, so you can have else in the part. So if else alone, you can have it. So these are all the statements where you can use if, else if, all those things. Simple if, else if, ladder if, okay. Nested if, nothing but, I think I had, okay. Here we are having nested if, all those things, okay. So nested if, nothing but, yesterday I have taken in the class, right? So inside if you are using an if inside if, for example, if the condition, okay, colon, again if condition, colon, the statement, again else, colon, the statement, okay. Here you can have else. This if else, this if else. How it will be referred? It should be in the same line. Okay, that is indentation. Okay. Now short if, start and if, it will be called as a start and if. I have told you, right? You can have your printf here itself. So where I had given if, here I have given it, right? Like this you can have it. If b is greater than a, colon printf. That is correct. So that is called as a shorthand if. Okay, see here, if a is greater than b, in the same line I can give print of a is greater than b. Okay, similarly you can have start and if else. How? A is equal to 2, b is equal to 330. Listen carefully. Print of a if a is greater than b. Okay, else print of b. So this part, before part will be taken for if, and later part will be taken for else. Can you able to understand this chart and if else? Any doubt in this? என்ன சொல்றேன்னு புரியுதா? ஸோ
Yes, sir.
இஃப்க்கு முன்னாடி கொடுத்துருக்கிறது வந்து இந்த இஃப்க்கு எடுத்துக்கோ, எல்ஸுக்கு அப்புறம் கொடுத்துருக்கிறது எல்ஸுக்கு எடுத்துக்கோ. Okay. Now next is this AND operation, logical operation, right? So AND operation, you can go with A and B, A and. What is the symbol which is used in C program for AND operation?
Ampersand.
Double ampersand.
Double ampersand.
Okay, double ampersand will be used for checking and condition in case of your C program. Okay, here A and D, you can give A and D. Similarly for OR, you will be giving OR. What is the process of AND? So AND, I am giving two condition, condition 1, condition 2. What will be the output? So if condition is false and condition 2 is false, output will be false. Okay, if condition 1 is false, condition 2 is for true, it will be false. Similarly, true, false, false. True, true, it will be true. It means that the output will be true only when two of your input is true. Whereas in case of your OR statement, okay, false, false, it will be false. If it is true, false, it will be true. If it is false, true, it will be true. Okay, true, true, it will be true. It means that if any one of the condition is true, either A or B, whatever it may be, if it is true, what happens? Output will be true. That is the basic difference between and OR. If you want to go for not, you have to give it as not, N-O-T, not. Okay. If A is greater than B, not what does it mean? Not it means that if it is true, it will be taken it as false. If it is false, it will be taken as true. So that is not. This we have covered in the previous class, right? So next, as I've told you, the nested if, inside if inside if. See, see here, if I'm checking it, if it is greater than 10, print above 10. Okay, the condition inside if, see, you can see that the line of indentation. Okay, this and this in the same line. So the else part, this else part comes in with this if, which is x is greater than 20, which comes in this part. So print up and above, it means that first it will be printed print above 10 and also above 20. Okay, so print above 10 but not above 20. So this part, this else if part will be taken. Okay, so next pass now, it will do nothing. Pass is a statement which is just pass. We'll be playing a game, right? If I don't know anything, I will be saying it as pass. So it will be passed on to the next statement. Okay, this is all the thing which is there in your if statement. Next, simple if, else if, sorry, else part, if else. Okay, next is your else if. Okay, next is your that else if will be called as ladder if. Then shorthand if, shorthand if else. Then you will be going for an AND operation, logical operation, AND operation, OR operation, NOT operation. Then nested if inside if is will be called as nested if. Then past if. Okay, so these are all the thing which is available in your what if statement. Okay, next we'll be moving on to the looping statement. Now we'll be getting into looping statements. So looping statement, for loop. Okay, so yeah, here listen carefully, because certain things are there in case of your for loop, many things is there. So listen carefully, have a note on it. Okay, just write it, whichever you understand, you can write it in your own language, so that while revising it, it will be easy for you, right? Okay, I'm having a list called fruits. First is apple, banana and cherry. Three, I am having three values in fruits. Okay, apple, banana, cherry. So I am going for loop is nothing but for value, starting value, okay, in ending value. So this is the, then you have to go for colon. Okay, you have to go with a colon. Okay, what I am going to do is that for x value, okay, x is the value which changes in fruits. Okay, what happen is that in what are all the values in fruit will be printed. First x value will be 1. Okay, the apple will be printed, then it will go to banana, cherry, it will come out. Okay, this is the thing what you will be doing in for loop. For loop la, I'll be having a list. Okay, this will be called as list. We'll see that in next class. Okay, list is there. List now you can have like an array. Okay, in that array I'll be taking each and every value and I'll be going to printing it, right? So x, what does it x, first value will be 0. This index value is 0. So x in fruits, what is the 0 in fruits? Apple. Next one will be incremented, next banana and cherry will be printed. Okay, this is how the for loop will be executed. புரியுதா? for loop புரிஞ்சுதா? புரியலன்னா சொல்லுங்க, மறுபடியும் நான் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்றேன். Any doubt in this, ma? Okay. Now we'll go for this, the program what we have, fruits, all those things, right? So what we'll see what it will be printed. As I told you, fruits, apple, banana, cherry, right? I'll be running this program. I'll see what will be the output. Correct? Apple, banana, cherry. If I add one more thing, okay, grapes. I'll be adding grapes. And I'll be running this. What happened? Grapes will be included. Where in case of your C program, I have to say what is the range starting from to end, right? So this option is not available in your C program, but it is included in the Python. Clear? So I'll be having a string. I'll have a program for you. Okay, this is the program. See here. So I want to print the character by character. Okay, CHERRYFRUITS. That is your cherry fruits is your string, right? So now what I am going to do is that I'm going to print CHE one by one. Okay, so we'll run this and we'll see what happens. Why it is not printing? Or else we will go with fruit FRUIT is equal to CHERRYFRUIT. Okay, cherry fruit, and I'll be going with fruit. Okay, now we'll print it. We'll check. See here. Whatever the key text which is given in cherry fruit, right? It will take one character by character by character. CHERRYFURIT. Totally, it will print. If I go with one more cherry fruits, okay, when I run it, it will come with fruits, right? So this is the thing which is there in the Python. It will make you to what to say, feel easy for programming, right? Okay. Go with for loop. I have to go with the range up to this. I have to start from 0 to range 6. Range is the default function which is there in the Python, right? I have to start from 0. It have to end with 6. Okay. I will see what it will be printed. See here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clear? The range, what the range I have given? 6. Okay. It will start from 0, 6 values. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 values will be printed. So ranges will start from 0 to 5. Okay, 6 values will be printed. If I give 10, it will print up to 9. Okay, let's see. We'll change this. See here. It will print from 0 to 9. Okay. Suppose in case I want to say the starting value as well as the ending value. I have to start with this and I have to end with this. No change, just you have to give. I have to start it from 5 to 10. 5 comma 10 means that it will start from 5 and stop with 10. Okay, so 5 to 10. See here, see here, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It will start with 5 and end up with 9. Clear? So this is the range. Range is there. Either you can give only the ending value, stop value. You can either give stop value, or you can go with the starting value with the ending value, right? if you give comma, if you give with comma, what happen? It will be taking it as starting, ending, and the for example, I want to go with 5 to 10, comma 2, 3 I am giving it. What happens? See here. What is the value? What happens to? If I want to print even numbers from 0 to 10, okay, I want to print even numbers. See here, when I do it, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, correct? That is the even number, 2, 4, 6, 8. That is the even number. Okay. If I want odd number, I have to start with 1. Ranges from 1 to 10. See here, in a simple two line, in case of your C program, what you'll do, you'll go for loop. For that, you have to define a variable called I is equal to 0. Then for I is equal to 0, I is less than equal to 10, I is equal to I plus 2. Then open the bracket, close the bracket. Inside, you have to go for printf, the value you want to print it. But in case of this Python, what happens? See here, simply for I is equal to, for x is in range, whether range 1 to 10. So the range is from 1 to 10. How much increment? The first value which is there is your starting value. Next value is your ending value. Third one is your increment value. Okay, incremental value. If you want up to 10, you have to go with 12. If you go with 12, it will print up to 10. Sorry, 11. It is even number, odd number, right? 1 to, okay, 1 to 11, it will print. It will not take. So suppose if you want to go with even number starting from, you should not go with 0 now, you can go with this, right? 2. You can start from 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That is your even. Okay, are you clear with this? For loop. Next one. Break statement and continue statements are there. Two statements called break statement and continue statement. Break, now we have to stop from that moment and we have to come out. If suppose and the condition is satisfied, we have to come out when this condition satisfies. In that case, I can use this break statement. Okay, one more statement called continue is there. I'll teach you. First, we'll go with break statement. See here, the same example. I haven't gone with any other example. With the same example, I will be continuing. Okay, fruits, apple, banana, and cherry is there. Okay, for loop as usual, I am giving for x in fruits. So when I don't have this break and only printf is there, print is there. What happen? It will print apple, banana, and cherry. Okay, we will see that. So if I have only this, what happens? It will print what are all the values inside this, right? Apple, banana, cherry, right? Okay. So now what I am going to do is that I am going to check if any in the list, if banana comes in, we have to stop it. Okay, the condition is that when the word banana comes in, we have to stop with that. Okay, there what I am doing is that I am checking if x is equal to banana, break. If x value is equal to banana, I have to break it and we have to come out. Okay, excuse me. If x is equal to banana, I have to, okay, we'll see what happens. See here, when banana comes in, it comes out, only apple. Okay, if I go with cherry, what happens? It will print
Apple and
up to banana. So apple and banana. Are you clear? So when this condition satisfied, it will come out, break. Okay, if I give continue, okay, I will go with banana. Banana. Instead of break, you see the difference between break and continue. Okay, so when I give continue, what happens? When I give break, it will come out, right? When I give continue, what happens? What happens?
continue print பண்ணுங்க.
When banana comes in, it will come in and it will skip off that. It will skip off that banana. so it will here it will comes into the for loop if condition. Okay, it will skip it, again it will continue. Okay, for example, I'll go with one more grapes. Okay, grapes is there. So now when I run this, it will skip off banana. Whatever the value you give in condition, it will skip off and it will continue. Whereas in case of break, what happens, it will come out. Okay, break, if I give break, what happens, it will come out. When I give continue, it will skip off that value and it will continue with the until the end. So that is the basic difference between what, break and continue. In for loop, what are
Yes,
all
sir.
the things we have seen? One is for loop, just printing it from x in fruits, that is there. Okay, so in next one, for loop, in for loop a text is given, so from that string I will be printing one by one, so that the character by character, that we have seen. Okay, next, range. In the range I have given only one value. If you give in the range only one value is given, what happened, it will start from 0 and it will end up with that particular value. Okay, next we can, in the range I can give two values, starting value and ending value, that can be given, so that it will start from that value and it will end up with it with the value which we have given. Okay, one more thing is there, increment. So if you give one more value, it will be incremented one by one. So that is the thing. Okay, next is that in the for loop, next condition is that I'll go with wait, for loop with the okay, in your C program you have seen else part only in the if statement, whereas in case of your Python programming, else part can be included in the for loop also. See here, when the for x in range 6, okay, printed, else finally finished. So after completing this, it will go to the else part. Condition is not satisfied, it will go to the else part. Okay, see here, finally. Okay, after completing that, it will go to the else part. If suppose this condition is not satisfied, okay, for example 0, I will give 0, finally finished, because this for loop, inside the for loop, it is not gone into the inside the for loop, so it will go to the else part. Screen is visible, right? So next step for loop is nothing but a for loop inside a for loop. A for loop inside a for loop. See here, so ADJ is, that is color, is red, big and tasty. So which one is apple is red, big and tasty. Okay. Similarly, in fruits, two lists are there. First list is red, big, tasty. Fruits la I'll be having apple, banana and cherry. Okay. So X is in adjoint. So see here, when we see the red apple, red banana, red cherry. Okay, big apple, big banana. What happen is that it will get into this inside loop. Okay, first value is red. Okay, it will get into the loop. What fruits? So first red apple, again red banana, again red cherry. It will complete it. Okay, after completing this loop, it will come outside. Then one value will be incremented. It will go to big. Okay, next comes into this list, red apple, sorry, big apple, big banana, big cherry. It will come out. Next it will be incremented and it will go to tasty. The same thing what you have seen in your C program, for loop, inside the for loop. For example, for I is equal to 0, I less than equal to 5, I plus plus. Inside that I am giving it as for j is equal to 0, j is less than 5, j plus plus. Whatever the statement which is given inside the j statement, it will be executed until the condition is satisfied. It will come out to the loop, I loop. Again it will be incremented. When it get into j loop, only it come out only when the condition satisfies, right? So the same process here, this will be called as nested for. Nested for. If statement we are having pass, right? Similarly, that will be called as pass. Okay. So pass net will pass. It is like an continue. Okay. Proceed. Nothing is done. I am not doing anything. I am passing the value. That's all. So I am not doing anything. As I've given you an example, if I don't have anything to say, I'll say it as pass. Okay, it will be given to the next step. Okay, that's all about your for loop. So for loop, a simple for loop with a range. In case of your range, I will be giving only one range. So it will start from 0, it will go up to n. So I can give two values, starting value and ending value. Third one, I can give incremental value. Okay, for loop inside a for loop, that we can have it. Okay, then a pass. So these are all the statements which is there in the for loop. So in case of your while loop, see here, a simple while loop. I have to say what is the starting value. Okay, I is equal to, what is the starting value? I is equal to 1 while I less than 6 colon. Don't forget to give colon in case of for, if, else if, you will be having colon. That is must. Okay, friend. I plus is equal to 1. Here we don't have unary operator I plus plus. It is not there in case of your Python. It is only there in your C and C++. We don't have that in Python. So you have to give I, either you can give I is equal to I plus 1 or I plus is equal to 1. Whatever you wanted, you can give it. Right. So this is your while. So it will print from 1 to, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we go with 2, it will be increment 2, 2, 1, 3, 5. Right. So instead of starting with 1, when I go with 0, it will print even numbers. So the same even numbers and odd numbers. If you want to include 6 also, equal to 0 to 4, 6. Simple Python programming for even numbers and odd numbers. Okay, so that is, so the break and continue statement in while. So if break, instead of for loop I am giving while loop. That's all. After this 3 comes in, it will come out break. Okay, instead of break I can go with continue. If we go with continue, what happens?
Except for 3.
So I'll go with, only 3 will be omitted. So see here, what is the problem is that, so it goes to indefinite loop. Okay, it goes to indefinite loop because this should be given here. It should be given here. If we give this, if it is equal to, it will continue. Okay, clear. So continue statement, in continue statement, what happen is that, so after continue I will be printing it. So 3 will be omitted. When I run this, it will, 3 will be omitted, and it will, as you have done in for loop, here also the 3 will be omitted and it will be printed. It will continue. When there is continue, when the condition satisfies, it will continue by omitting that particular value. Okay.